I want to talk about the subtlety of healing and shifts in somatic work. So a lot of times this comes up for me in my client work, of clients having this sensation of feeling like things are shifting, feeling like things are better, but having this voice come up, this part come up and try to negate or minimize the healing that's occurred. This part isn't open to acknowledging the progress that's been made, the healing that's occurred, and the effort that's being put in, and the bravery and courage that it all takes. So it's something that often comes up in client work for me, and it's something that I always love to take the opportunity to reflect back the progress. And I use this analogy. I use the analogy of a child's growth. So if you are an aunt or an uncle, or if you've ever known a child at a really young age, and then a few weeks, few months, maybe even a year goes by, you see that child again and you're shocked at the jump, at like the leap in growth and development that they've experienced in the short time that you hadn't seen them. And so the mother isn't really tracking that in the same way, right? Or I should say the parents in general, or anybody that is around that child on a daily basis, right? We are watching that child grow and develop, each shifting a little bit each day over time, right? And we have to look back, zoom out, and remind ourselves what this little being looked like however many months or years ago, and that's when we see the shift. So when you are experiencing subtle shifts along your healing journey from the work you are consciously putting in, you're not going to experience a drastic shift in patterns and your internal dialogue, in your overall felt sense. You're going to experience small, subtle shifts over time. If we were shocked out of our current state of being into a new state of being, and that could look like if we're shocked from dysregulation to regulation, that regulation is not sustainable or even safe to the nervous system because it's so new. The feeling is so new. A lot of the times when my clients start to feel more regulated, they say something like, wow, this feels really weird. It's like uncomfortable to be at ease in your body, in your experiences, and with your emotions when that's never been a thing for you. So this is why I work with clients in more of a long-term capacity. I have clients that since I came back from maternity leave last September have been working with me since last September. So I have clients that I'm now coming up beyond a year of working consistently with, either weekly or bi-weekly, or sorry, my cat. But the long-term consistent effort that we put into our healing is what gets us results that are lasting and sustainable, and the process is not linear either. So there's so much nuance and complexity to nervous system healing. It can be actually very challenging to speak about it in short form content like Instagram and TikTok. So this is one of the main reasons why I've been wanting for so long to start some sort of long form content platform like YouTube or even a podcast. So this is going to be kind of like an intro to that for me. So if you're here watching, thank you, and I hope you learned something from me. I hope that you reach out if you need or want one-on-one support. A few more things I want to say to wrap up. The reason why somatic healing, nervous system healing, trauma-informed healing has to be slow, subtle, and titrated is because it needs to be not overwhelming. Overwhelm is the definition of trauma. So our healing can't be overwhelming if we want it to be healing and not re-traumatizing. This is important. This is a major piece of information to understand. And so many of us have these urgency parts around healing. We want to feel better, and we want to feel better now. We want to take these patterns and throw them in the garbage, and we want to take these patterns and we want to throw them in the garbage now. And I get that. And at the same time, it is so counterproductive to healing. It keeps us stuck in that high alert nervous system dysregulation state for so much forever, for so much longer. We cannot heal by trying to fix. Healing practices invite us to slowly create change. Anything new and unfamiliar is unsafe to the nervous system. So we have to make these changes slowly to not shock or overwhelm an already shocked and or overwhelmed nervous system. So if you're on a healing journey and you're currently navigating or noticing this urgency, fix it part within you, I hope this can be permission for that part to take an exhale and understand that while the intention is good, the outcome is counterproductive. So you have permission to slow down. You have permission to learn how to resource your nervous system so that you feel safe to slow down. If you need support doing that, I'm here. Number two, if you are someone who is overwhelmed by the thought of healing, I hope that this helps you understand that the process needs to be inherently not overwhelming. And I take my job very seriously when it comes to tracking overwhelm within your system, both intuitively and with my senses, being in front of you, tracking your nervous system, your patterns, your body language, and also verbally checking in with you frequently, especially when uncomfortable emotions or patterns that there is a bit of shame around come up. So again, I'm here if this resonates with anyone on a deeper level where you're interested in exploring this in a more individualized way.